guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so this is my birds. I made a video on a vlog on how I stock these birds. There are 500 birds and today is making them 1 week old, and as I advise is proper and very good for you to know the weight of your birds at every week. This will enable you know if they're actually growing or not, or they are just wasting your feed. Okay, so the main purpose of doing this video today is to tell you how you can actually raise 500 birds, how many bags of feed is needed to raise 500 birds, and the costs, the amounts that you need if you want to go into broiler farming and you want to stock 500 birds. So I'm just giving this is just like a clue on how much you need to raise it. So let's go. The first thing you need to do is to purchase your chicks, your day-old chicks. What we have here is the armor brand, the armor breed. That is what we have. And this armored breed, I purchased this for 52,000 per carton. The last one we sold, I bought that one for 66,000. So the price is actually coming down. So this is 52,000. And for you to get 500 birds in your farm, if that is your target, you need 10 cartons because each carton contains 50 pieces. But if you want to add extra half of it, half carton, so at the end you can get your 500 pieces, it's fine. But a carton is contains 50 pieces, and when we stocked, after counting, we're having 51, and at the end we had 510 pieces in total. So that's what we have here. So that is the first thing to do. You purchase that, and that will be giving you like 520,000 for that. If you pay transport fare to send it down to your farm, you have to include all that to your cost of production also. So the next thing you need to do is to buy the wood shave. This is the wood shave that you need. You don't need the dust side for the beginning when brooding. For what we're doing right now is brooding. This is a proper brooding section. So what you need is the wood shave to brood them. We have about I think 2 bags. Yeah, we have 2 bags that will spread in this space to brood them. So you need your wood shave. You need, if you're a new person, you need a food train like this, and the drinker. Our drinker is yet to be here. You also need a lighting system that will lighten them in the night and keep the place warm. You also need a charcoal stand, and you need a charcoal. A bag of charcoal we bought for 11,000. So you take note of that. 520,000 charcoal, 11,000. The wood shave is not really expensive. You can get for like a 2.5 for a bag. So let's just say 5,000 naira for the wood shave. So that is it. And another thing you need to get when purchasing your day-old chicks, you need calcium, because right now we're giving them calcium mixed with their food. The reason why you need to give them calcium from the beginning is because as they are growing, they are adding up weight. So calcium helps their bone formation to be very strong, so they can actually, their bones can carry the weight as they add up flesh every day. Their bones will carry the weight. Hence, if you don't do that, you find out that their legs begin to collapse as they add more weight and more flesh to their body. Their legs can no longer carry them, and that is not good for your birds. So right from day one, you need calcium, you need multivitamin, you need glucose. When we brought them to the farm, the first day we gave them glucose for strength. You need glucose, you need multivitamin. Then along the line, if they have any cough or whatever, or any kind of sickness that is not good for them, you can actually go and get some some antibiotics for them. We don't really need the antibiotics to give to them, but when we experience they're having some cough or some sicknesses, we give them their antibiotics. I've mentioned the wood shave, I've mentioned the charcoal. The charcoal is 11,000 per bag, and 1 bag will be enough for you. Sometimes you might not even finish it until you finish after your breeding, or you can get half bag. They need kerosene for these lanterns in case there's no electricity in the night. They need lighting system in the night so they can actually feed well. Okay, and so the next thing again you need to consider and put into consideration is their vaccines. Today is making them 1 week, and we're going to give them a vaccine. All right, in Lasota, the next week we're giving them Gumboro, giving them Lasota for their first vaccine, and next week we'll give them Gumboro for their other vaccines. And that is it. All you need is proper hygiene. All you need is to give them their food every morning, give them their water every morning. Now you can see that there is no water here. We actually want to like make them very tasty, start them of water before the vaccine comes. So when the vaccine comes, we put it inside the water for them. So immediately you drop the water now with the vaccine inside, you can see each and every one of them will rush to drink that water, and that is how we vaccinate these birds. So next week we'll also do that. Now come to the main one that actually eats the money, and that is feed. So as for the last set we did 500 pieces we did last time, we used 14 bags of feed of starter. Now some brands have the starter and finisher. What I'm using right now, they have the starter, they have the finisher. Why some brand has the starter, they have the pre-starter, and they have the finisher. So it depends on what you're using. So for now that they are still 1 week old, they can eat this starter for 1 week, 2 weeks, and as they are approaching 3 weeks, we'll now change to finisher. So that is how we feed them here. So right now they are eating starter, and this is how it is. This starter feed, we use 14 bags for 500 birds. 14 bags for that. And so, and a bag is 28,200. So if you do the maths, if you multiply 28,200 by 14 bags, that will give you the amount for the starter alone. So after the starter, the next feed we used was the finisher. We introduced the finisher when they were approaching 3 weeks old, and we use accurately we use 50 bags to rear them till when we finish selling them. So 50 bag of finisher, and a bag is also 28,500, 28,200. So you multiply by 50 bags, and that will give you the cost for it. So at the end of it, we use approximately 2,550,000 to rear 500 birds. So I want to say something. Prices are not stable. This is what I use as of the last cycle that I did. We just finished selling last week. So this is the price I use. So before next week or next 2 weeks, you know this is Nigeria, anything can happen. You can go back to buy the feed and they will tell you the feed has increased or something. So but this is the current price we use for the last one. And this feed I'm using right here for this cycle also is the same price I bought it. So I'm just trying to give an estimated figures anyways. So but if you sell your birds longer, you need to buy extra feed to be feeding them as you sell them. And so you ask, how do you sell? There are different methods of ways you can sell your birds. You can actually sell to those in the market. You can sell to those that the cold room people or the frozen chicken people. And how do you make more profit from this business? You make more profit from this business when you actually process your chicken, because when you process them, you sell per kg. But if you're selling them live, it's difficult. These people in the market, they don't buy per kg. They just buy. They use their eyes to weigh how big it is and their hand to weigh how big it is, and that is how they buy. So if you ask me how much do I sell, I wouldn't want to go into that, because the amount of money you use, so you really want to do your calculations. You know, all these things I mentioned have to be written down. All each price have to be written down. Then the transportation have to be written down. Then if you have people working for you, your cost of labor have to be written down. Then at the end of selling, if, okay, for example, we have 500 birds, and let's say, okay, I just said we have 510, and let's say mortality was 20, so we should be having like 470 left. And that 470, by the grace of God, if that is your chicken goes where you have 470, and you multiply by, okay, let's give it a round figure because chicken right now is expensive. You multiply by 7,000 that you sold. Okay, you sold very cheap and your chicken were looking very heavy. You sold for 7,000. I think you should be making up to 500 or 500 and above profit, 500,000 and above profit or less, depends on how you sell. The profits you make depends on your bargain, on the price you sell. So if you want to make more profit, it's good if you have the customer, you process your chicken and you make more profit. But if you want to sell one like to market people, I know this chicken does not really grow equally, so you have to get an estimate or know how to sell the smaller ones or mix it with the bigger ones to sell, and so that is it. So the profits you make depends on the amount you sell your chicken. If you have a actually good bargain, good price bargain to sell, that is how you make profit. If you have a lower bargain, you have a lower price profit. If you have a higher bargain, you have a higher profit. So guys, that is all I have to say. And somebody actually said I should make a video on how I read them. So it's just a very simple thing. What you need, as you can see now, you can see them, they're eating. Give them their food every morning and their water, and they grow. And observe them. If they are sick, if they're not eating well, you just have to be observant. If they are sluggish, they are not eating well, you know something is wrong and you know what to do, and act quickly. When it comes to chicken, you have to act quickly because when diseases spread around them, they die like, so it affects them badly, and that is you losing money, and that is not good for business. So guys, I hope you enjoyed what I've said, and for the person that asked this question on how much he or she can use to raise 500 birds, I hope you get the rightful information on this. Maybe probably as you're listening to the video, you can get a pen and paper and write out the amount. I actually gave the prices for each. Then write out the amount. I said the sawdust just estimate plus transport 5,000, and I said the feed you need 14 to 15 bags of starter, and a bag is costing 28,200. Then I said you need a finisher like 50 bags, or if you're selling longer than the way it should be, you will need more bags. So that is why it's advisable you start selling your chicken on time. Okay, I also said charcoal is 11,000 for one full bag. Sometimes you might not finish the full bag for brooding, because what we're doing now is brooding, and the brooding lasts for like 2 weeks. After that, we'll have to transfer them, because by 2 weeks you see that the more they grow, they take more space. The space will not be okay for them anymore. So, and that is it. Add your transportation, add your cost of labor, add the price of everything that you bought. Then at the end, after selling, you subtract it from your cost of production, and you get your profit. Thanks for listening. Bye. That is like what? 100, okay. Same thing. Though they are eating, sure.
They will do well.